We do love you, Leeds. Hello, welcome back to Imagine Not Me Leeds. Smash a like and subscribe. Cheers, Danny. Danny in the house, as always. How did I know you were going to be going live? I wonder. Just won't ready to go to bed just yet. Don't go to bed just yet. Don't worry, I won't. Like the title says, I just thought I'd touch on how people are feeling after a couple of very poor results. How we're feeling still positive that we're still going in the right direction, or we're going to turn it around and end up at his final destination, which is the Premier League, or is that doubt starting to creep in? I've had various moments in this season where I've been, we're going to romp the league, we're going to piss it. It's dead easy. This we're going to finish 10, 15 points above, and then I've also been brought straight back down to earth and had moments where I've been wobbling, and I've really struggled to see the positives, even though there's plenty there. Let's get through some of these chats. Richard, evening, Matty. Thanks, mate. Danny, are you back at work tomorrow? As it's still snowing? It's not snowing where I am, Danny, but yeah, I'm back at work tomorrow. Lovely drive to Warrington at 6 in the morning, so this will probably only be 3/4 of an hour, but we'll get through it. Marcus says, evening, Matty. Evening, Marcus. Hope you're well. Evening, Danny. I said this league will be 1 or 3 to 5 points. You know what it is, Danny? I'm starting to maybe agree with it. I've always maintained, I think we'll have this won by maybe 3 or 4 games left to play. I'm not too sure anymore. And I don't want to come across like a knee-jerk reaction to a couple of days. We've started this new year. It's not been the best. Christmas were fantastic. I mean, how many times do we have a December like that? It's very rare. So we're buzzing going into 2025, and it's obviously put a massive, it's sort of halted that momentum, and a little bit of worries creeped in now. And it's not just because of Leeds United, because his form on the whole's been brilliant. As points per game ratios right up there where it needs to be for promotion. Farker's the man to get us over the line. But now you're seeing some of these sides around us. They don't play thrilling football. They don't need to. No, they don't need to. They haven't got as much quality as us, no, but they don't play us every week. They play a lot of tripe in this division because there is, I sort of feel like you're seeing top 4 now, which have been pretty much the top 4 for the majority of the season, or they've been the serious contenders in the playoffs. Have been, that top 4. They've been the ones that no one else has really thought anyone else is going to really crack that 4. And now I think you're going to see them start to pull away. Now Sunderland have got the form back. I'm not too sure on Sheffield United if they've just had a little bit of a blip, but they've sort of turned it round. They're going to turn it round now. But, for a full well, blip or no blip, they've lost a couple back-to-back, which we haven't done this season. We've had some that feel like a loss like this week, but you still know Sheffield United are going to be there. You still know Burnley are going to be there or thereabouts. And now Sunderland look like they're getting it back on. So it's one of them where my arse is nipping a little bit. I can't lie, chat, and I need a little bit of positivity from you guys, I think. But we're in the month where, Farker's got enough tools in his war chest to steer us clear of this chasing pack, and he's also got a month now, to get his head down with board and make the adjustments that he needs. And we all knew, he weren't quite. I think the summer window were maybe an 8 out of 10. If he'd have got that 10. I know we had one with Aronson coming back. It was like a new signing for the season. But if he'd have got that 10, if he'd have got that Roman Salai in summer, we'd have probably said it was a 10 out of 10 window, and he got everyone he wanted, but he just slightly didn't. So I'm hoping they're going to obviously touch on that again in January. Andy Rowe, Matty, you went on again, lol. Yeah, mate. Like I say, I told you last night on my stream, didn't I, that I met me. I was going to meet my niece's daughter Paisley May. She was born yesterday. She came home about 6 o'clock, so I went round with my stepdaughter and we visited her. So I'm a bit wired, to be fair. Like, we're a close family. It's our lassie's side of family, but we're really close. So I'm a bit wired, to be fair. Really, really good. Having a little one and a new baby in the family. A new baby in the family. It's not one of mine. We can actually hand this one back. It's quite nice. So yeah, I'm a little bit wired at the minute. We are still unbeaten this year so far. Yeah, well, that is a positive, Danny. Thanks for bringing that, mate. That is a positive. Andy Rowe, no, it's his evil twin. Richard Hogan, just take a breath and calm down. Everyone losing their shit. We are still top. I know it's only 1 point. FA Cup gives us a chance to reset, get back on track for Sheffield win. Yeah, that's a great point, Richard. I need to adopt that mentality. I do, because obviously you've seen my videos. I am massively wound up. You know me, I still believe in Farker. I still think we'll get job done. I'm not. It's not a lost cause on me, but obviously I'm a little bit frustrated with Melier. I'm frustrated with the points that are dropped. But ultimately, I'm still okay. But yeah, there's a little bit of a wobble there now. Conceding late goals has now become the problem rather than the away form. little bit of a worry, because if it's a mentality issue, I mean, if it's a quality issue in this league, if you're in a mid-table side with a lack of quality, you're screwed out. You can't really, you know, you can play with endeavour, you can work your socks off and it'll get you so far, but ultimately that quality probably don't get you over the line. Leeds have got that in abundance, but if they lose a mentality battle, if they start, you know, if Melia stays in there and he's probably lost a lot of confidence, you know, in those players around him now. So they've lost a lot of confidence in him. You know, mentality-wise, conceding late goals, that's switching off, that's thinking games won, not concentrating for the full 90, which is difficult. Don't get me wrong, it's difficult. I'm no professional footballer myself. I'm sure it's difficult. It's still a decent level of football, but if mentality would start creeping in, then they're hard to claw back. You only get them through playing through adversity and getting wins and breeding confidence, and that can take a lengthy run to get that back. So that's a little bit of a worry. But yeah, we are still 1 point. I'll tell you what, mate, I'd much rather have a break in those league fixtures for an FA Cup game, Richard, than like an international break. We've seen so many international breaks ebb and flow this season and really ruin our momentum. If it were an international break, I'd be really annoyed that we just, you know, missed an opportunity in those 2 games and then you sat waiting for a fortnight. All squad breaks. So this is different. The squad's still at training. They've still got a game to focus on at weekend. It's a game where he can tweak little stuff, try maybe some different tactics, maybe if he needs to, if he's got some on his mind. Bring a few youngsters in, maybe. I'd like to see him, if I'm honest, go full strength for this game. I'd like to see him go full strength. Maybe, you know, when I say full strength, that might mean a Ramazani or a Nonto or a Joseph starting, but it's still a full strength side, you know, apart from the form at the minute of some players like your Solomons and people like that. That bench, there's 4 or 5 on that bench plus your 11. You've got 16 or 17 where, you know, they're all, it's all full strength really. You could rotate any of them players like we see quite often, those wingers and striker, they rotate a lot. They're still full strength players. I'd like to see us go really strong now in that game. And like I say, they're still in training. They've got a game to focus on. They've got to take it seriously, because Ellen Road will let them know. I'll be there myself. Ellen Road will let them know if they're performing under par. And it's a game they haven't just got to win. It's a game they've got to play well in as well. Harrogate in Cup, you know, been embarrassed many times in FA Cup. So it's a game they've got to take seriously. And I'm really interested to see how he lines up with that one. For me, you know, he don't want to go too weak, and I don't think he will. I think he'll bottle going too weak. I feel like with results clear, you know, if we get 6 points in these last 2, and we what, 5-6 points clear, he maybe does play Debayo, he maybe does look at a Charlie Crew. I don't think he does now, if I'm honest. I really don't. PBA up my mate. Everywhere, all podcast channels say Farker must go. But Parag Marate of the 49ers keep saying he would have full confidence in Farker. So what are you going to do about it, people? Revolt or something? Well, that's it, and you can't do nothing about it. You know, all you can do is come on here, go on social media, voice your opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. I think if you want Farker out, as much as you know, you are allowed to say that. I don't feel like there's a reason at the minute for him to be out when you are top of the league. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee that anybody else would have us here. There's no guarantee, but we know Farker can and does because we are. You know, that's a fact, and we know he gets to around 90 points, or he gets 90 points. I think is what he gets every season. We think he's going to get something similar this season. He should do. We're on course for it. No need for concern really. Just a little bit creeping in, but I still think we hit his goal. I just wanted it to be easier. Sunderland will take something from Burnley, and we will too. Hopefully, mate, I know what you said earlier, Richard. You know, the poor at home, but they're not getting beat massive numbers at home. I know they're better away from home, the way they're set up. The home form, you know, is probably because of the style of play. The fans don't want to see that football when you're a home side. They just sit back. It's like they play away from home football, wherever they are, at home or not. You know, they sit back and they try and catch a break. Yeah, they haven't got the results at home as well as they have away from home. It plays in the favour being away from home, but it's not going to be an easy game. They don't get thumped at home, do they? They're always nip and tuck games, and we've seen lately these last couple of weeks these nip and tuck games, these close games where there's only a couple of goals in it, or a goal in it either way. We've been conceding late ones. You go into the game on Saturday, Danny? Well, is that Danny in chat? I don't know. I will be, mate. I'm actually quite optimistic, focusing on the quality of the goal scoring, especially Tanaka's worldy last game. Drama breed doubt. Seriously, Farker must get the team's focus back. It's down to Farker to turn it around, and he did that in that game. His game management, Michael, were brilliant in that whole game. Really poor first half. He can't do that when they're on pitch. He can tweak formation and tactics. He ain't going to do that in first 45 minutes. He can try and get instructions out, but when he gets them in regroups for 15 minutes, he really went to town. And we saw a reaction. Did really well that second half. Came out and played really well for the first 25, 30 minutes of that second half, and we had game 1, didn't we? But yeah, I agree. The quality of Tanaka's goal were absolutely outstanding. You could see it open up, but he still had a lot to do there, like postcard precision right in that top corner. And now we know we've got that in locker. You know, a lot of people have called for Tanaka to play further forward. There you go. I also think Rothwell has got that in game. You know, that was very Mateus Click sort of goal, that out edge area, picked it out. And we haven't seen no that since Click left, to be fair, and Pablo left. We haven't seen anyone get a ball in midfield and shape his body and score a goal like that. We haven't. And that was just absolutely stunning. And now we know he's got it on his locker. He's going to be getting shouted to shoot even more than he does now, which is every time he gets ball on edge area anyway. Marcus couldn't get a ticket. We're all thinking because Farker wanted a 10 doesn't mean we'll be looking again. No, I know, mate. For me, they'll be looking, Danny, but there's no guarantee we get one. But I think they'll be looking. I heard recently YouTube were thinking of charging more for lives. I hope not, pal. I hope not, mate. Oh, lucky Danny, I'm shoveling for you. Yeah. Andy Rose says, do we assume Harrogate game is a sellout? Yeah, last I looked, it's a sellout, mate. It's a sellout. That tash suited you, mate. Yeah, but it'll grow back. I don't shave very often, mate, so it'll be growing back and then I'll shave it off when everyone starts giving me a stick again. When I kissed her last and she was like, nah, that's enough. And I was like, right, okay. Don't want to not get kisses from Mrs. D, you know what I mean? So I had to shave it off then. Herbert, hope you're well, mate. The Owls coming to town is a realistic chance to rack up a double figure score. I don't know, mate. They're not in bad form. I mean, where are they in league now? They're up to 10th now. The form of recent hasn't been too bad. You know, they lost. Did they lose to? They lost to Sheffield Wednesday. They beat Derby. Maybe that's the one that's clouding my judgment. They beat Derby 4-2, didn't they? 2-2 against Millwall at home. 3-3 against Middlesbrough, 2-0 against Stoke win, 3. Yeah, they hadn't had a bad run recently. I mean, they were down at the bottom of the table, weren't they? And they've got back up to 10th now. I think they were just outside playoffs for the last game, to be fair. So maybe that's clouding my judgment a little bit. But you know what it is with that game? But that bothers me. It's a derby game. They get up for it, don't they? These Yorkshire derbies, they all play. I mean, it's a cup final for them. So I always say on my channel, you've got to be up for that fight to earn your right to play. And then you let your quality come to fruition. Then, you know what I mean? If you don't win that battle, if you don't show that fight, then you don't earn the right to show that later on in game. So, yeah, we've got to look good for that, and we've got to go for it. So, but I don't think it'll be a double figure score, mate. I think they're not as bad as maybe what you're thinking, pal. But I'd love it, and yeah, we don't like him, do we? So hopefully we can put him away. Stephen Gill, rest now, fringe against Harrogate. If we were asked for this position weeks ago, we would, yeah, mate, 100%. If someone would have said on, 5th of Jan, you'd be top by a point, you'd take it. Of course you would. It's just annoying because every time we have a chance to pull away, or every chance, the Blackburn round of fixtures, everyone dropped points, and so did we. So it didn't massively matter. It's only the same as winning and everyone winning, but it just leaves you frustrated. Like I say, I'm definitely buzzing where we are. 53 points after 26 games. It's min, but I'd like to touch on, get people's thoughts in chat. Last season was an anomaly. So they say, 4 teams getting 90 points around that. It was mental, really. These 4 you're looking at now, there's a 9-point gap between 4th and 5th. Middlesbrough have 9 points behind Sunderland. So you're going to see this 4 for me break away. Is there a chance that these 4, you've got Leeds on 53, Burnley and Sheffield United on 52, and Sunderland on 50. So there's only a game, 3 points in it from 1st to 4th. Are we all on course for getting around that 90? Are you going to end up with 2 or 3 on 90? Plus, and maybe a 4th team like Sunderland, maybe high 80s. Are you going to see something similar? Because the rest of quality in the divisions, pish for me, it's very poor standard. But the 4 are showing decent levels week in, week out. Yeah, we've all had blips. I think hopefully this is our blip, and it's a very minimal blip. If it's a couple of draws in it, I can take that. But some of these sides have had blips. Sheffield United have had a couple of back-to-back losses. So Sunderland went 4 or 5 games without being able to get a win, but they were drawing a lot of them, which shows, they've got a lot of fight in the play to lend at Sunderland, a lot of late goals. Just realised how random that was. We're talking about Mitash. What lineup would you go with Harrogate? Top of my head, mate, without writing it down on a bit of paper, I'd say Darlow in goal, left back. I love Bydom, so I'd probably go Bydom. Centre halves, I'd keep it same. I'd keep it Strauch and Rodon if fit. If not, it's got to be probably Ampadu. I'd stick with Ampadu and Rodon. Let them have another game together. Bogle at right back. I'd probably go. I'd like to see Gilavogi. He's one of the ones I'd bring in. I'd bring Gilavogi in alongside Tanaka or Rothwell. I won't be bothered. Ampadu on bench if Strout's playing centre half. The wings, I'd totally change it up. I'd go Ramazani on left, Nonto on right. I'd play Aronson in 10 again, even though he needs a rest, I suppose. But I probably would play him in 10. I'd go Joseph up top. So a couple of subtle changes in there, but not many, to be fair. Not many at all. Gilavogi and Darlow, the only two who don't really get minutes. I'd like to see Schmidt play, but I just don't think he's going to play him. But yeah, Schmidt, ideally, probably play at left back. If I had a choice, I'd play Schmidt at left back, if I'm honest. We'll have to see. Richard Open could also be a fatigue issue, too, matter who he played for. Yeah, and the thing is with fatigue, everybody plays the same games, don't they? But not everybody wins them 4 games. I don't think anyone has, so it's one of them where, because we're Leeds United, we expect maximum points because we've got the quality, but we don't always think of that, do we? We always just sort of think, everyone's leggy, everyone's played the same amount of games, but because of who we are, because of where we are, and the quality we have, sometimes we forget about, they get paid a lot of money, should be able to play 4 times in 10 days. Yeah, of course you should. But the reality is, it's a lot on them. It's a lot to do. When you got so many games and so many days, you can't get on training pictures much. You have a lot of rest days, recovery days, where you can't get tactical information into them. You just can't do it. There's not enough time in the week to do it. So it definitely plays a factor. And a lot of these players have played a lot of minutes, 100%. So yeah, it plays into it, mate. It does. But like I say, it's the same for everybody else as well. Tom Walton, the break is coming at a good time, to be fair. Got over a week to get into Melier. The guy needs a sports psychologist. Yeah, 100%, mate. He's got his mentality is, I think, is really poor. I don't think he's looked confident for years. He'll have spells where nothing major happens and he gets through them. He's got a really strong defensive side with him there, that does just keep the shooting down to a minimum sometimes. But when he has games where it ebbs and flows, and there's a lot of attacks on our goal, he rarely keeps a clean sheet in those games. He keeps clean sheets when we have a lot of the ball, 70% of the ball, and there are many shots coming in. He's always good for 1 or 2 saves, 1 or 2, coming out and collecting them. But if he's bombarded, he tends to look flappy. It always leaves us nervy. And I feel like when we haven't got a back 4 that's dead set for every game, it's a worry. Like, two changes to a back 4 in the last game, forced changes, couldn't really be helped. He could have picked different people. I was happy with that lineup at kickoff, I won't lie. But yeah, when there's change in that back 4, I worry familiar. Plays great. I want to see Joseph against Harrogate. Yeah, it's a perfect game. If you're Joseph, you chomp it. I mean, they all will be. Pat will be the same. But you'll be chomping a bit, won't you? But for me, you play Pat, say, in that game, he scores an hat-trick. What good is it then? He left in a position there where you're supposed to play Pat then because he scored an hat-trick against Harrogate. For me, it's not even about going to the next round of cup, which I do want a cup run. I won't lie, I do want a cup run. They need to juggle it because I want a few more games in cup. I enjoy FA Cup, but like playing Bamford, you get no out of that for me. You get through to next round of cup if he gets a couple of goals, you do. But then what? You can't play him. He doesn't hold any like weight to them picking him. So for me, Joseph, you want Joseph firing out because we know Pino gets the goals when he plays, but we need Joseph firing it all because that'll also keep Pino at a level, won't it? So yeah, I agree, mate. How ironic if Melier on the bench against Harrogate then gets called up on after 5 minutes, or do you think Cairns will be bench? Yeah, I think if Melier isn't starting in the cup, Andy, I don't think he's on bench. I think Cairns is number 2 for that game. I wouldn't feel it'd be the right decision to take him out the side and bench him and let him sit on bench and still be there on match day. I feel like he'll be getting a lot of stick. What I've seen, he's getting a lot of stick. I think if you're taking him out, you take him out and he sits at home and watches it. Just give him a bit of time away from stadium and all that, and we'll assess it the week after. See how Darlow goes, and then we might even look at it and go, Mez has to start against Chef. We don't know, do we? But we don't know until we see. So Marcus, my 11 Harrogate will be Mez, Byram, Gilavogi, DeBayo, Fairport, Ampadu, Crew, Ramazani, Joffrey, Nonto. Thing is, mate, you look at that and you go, people who don't normally play, Danny, you've got Gilavogi, DeBayo, Crew, Joffrey, Bamford. That's 5 out of 11. That's 50% of your outfield players don't play football. It's too much. It's too much. I want to see these lads who have failed these last couple of games. I want them to go out there at Ellen Road and have to stick it on Harrogate. That's my preference. I had to concerned about injuries and stuff. They've got a week off now. It's not like I'm asking them to play FA Cup game in 2 days' notice. They've got a week off between games, so they should be able to go play it for me. We can't get you to suck eggs, but surely you must have your own private thoughts on Farker. You're an absolute lad. You're an astute lad. My own thoughts on Farker. I say my own thoughts, Andy. I love feedback. I get a few as well. We have a good chinwag, don't we? But yeah, like my own thoughts, own private thoughts. I mean, just in general, like I actually like the guy. I think he says some stuff that's baffling. I see why he does it. I think his heart's in the right place. I like the guy. I can't say no bad about him, mate. I really can't. He's going to get us to where we need to be. It's frustrating, but Bielsa frustrated me, and I've got a picture of him behind me, and I'll always have a photo with Bielsa. I'm going to get in the future, got a bit more pennies in the bank. I'm going to be getting a Bielsa tattoo because I just love the guy, and even he frustrated me. I mean, Tyler Roberts playing week in, week out at times, like fucking hell, like you joking, mate? And I love Bielsa. Honestly, if I saw Bielsa in bed with wife, I'd tuck him in and then walk downstairs and wait till he's done. Like I love the guy. So people annoy you from time to time, but like Farker, he's doing grand foot job, mate. He's sound. He's sound. I can't say no else. It frustrates me. Whether you agree he's got the quality and that's why we're doing well, there's a conversation to be had there too. And Norwich, one of the best sides in the league. There's a conversation to be there too. But he's still getting us there or thereabouts. We just missed out last year, but we were still there. We were still in the conversation. So for me, he isn't underperforming yet. What I would say is if we dropped out at 2 and ended in the playoffs, even if we were to go up to the Premier League, I'd maybe look at making a change before the ball's kicked in Prem. And I am all about rewarding people. If he gets promotion, he keeps the job. People are saying you sack him if we win league because he can't do it in Prem. I don't agree with that. You've got to give some reward for someone doing well in the job, normal job, football, whatever it is. But I would be more inclined if we dropped out 3rd or 4th and somehow stumbled through, which we wouldn't know wouldn't happen. But if we did, I'd seriously look at that. I wouldn't be too sure then. I'm in the West Stand, says Marcus. Wilco White, say up my mate. Hi, buddy. Crazy fans are asking for Farker out. We are top of the league, most goals scored. I'm not concerned about the manager. I'm concerned about the keeper. Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to go on it too much, but the keeper, as we talk about those 4 points, that puts us 5 points clear. If he catches that ball and leaves the other one, that's 5 points clear. I was still saying Farker out when you're 5 points clear at the top of the league. I mean, we've played, 26 games? Should we have won 26 games? They'd still find a reason for it. Like you can pull Farker's tactics to bits. You can pull him to bits as a man if you want. That you can say something. There's probably a reason behind it. I'm pretty sure no one looks at him and just hates his guts for the sake of hating his guts. It's a lot easier in life to, be nice. I think some people say it's the other way around, but for me, I'd rather be nice. I waste less energy being nice and spreading positivity. I'd rather that than be hateful and angry at someone and just hate someone for the sake of it. So sometimes, something gets said, Wilco, and it is right. Like Easy comes to my chat all the time. He'll probably comment on this tomorrow, and he's just not a Farker fan at all, and that's fine. And he backs up his point, and what he says is a lot of time is valid, and I can see his point. But it divides opinion, and that's why I love football. There's no way you should be sacking someone when they're top of the division. When you're doing the best in your field, his field is a manager in Championship. He is now the best manager in Championship history in terms of results and points. He is currently the best manager right now in this division. His team is now sitting top. So how can you sack someone when they're doing top? Just because he isn't further. You can't go any higher than first. You could just have a bigger gap in terms of points, but you can't guarantee, you can't say how many points we should be in front. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them are individual letters on the team. It's an hard mate, but no, it's ridiculous to sack him at this point. If we were third, fourth, maybe, but if we get rid of him now, could they really? Yeah, of course it could, mate. Of course it could. I mean, who are you going to bring in? Seriously. No one ever says who you're going to bring in. Hey up, Joe. Danny Fairpost still out. How can he be in your 11? Oh, I missed that. Herbert, yeah, traditionally 1-1, but I feel a 12-0 win this time. Nah, it's going to be harder than people think. You know me, I'll go 3-0. Joe Fark was expecting me back for the guy. Okay. Yeah, he is. To be fair, I think he did say as well, Danny, didn't he? He's back for the game to potentially play, not a case of he's back around that time. I think he did say that he could actually play in that game. Sean Healy, I have a horrible feeling we could lose to the Owl ones. Yeah, possibly. Literally don't care if we lose on Sat. Just want players like Nottingham members on it to play themselves back in the front. Yeah, 100%. It's a great game to do that. It's a great chance to get these players firing again. I think if we get the performance right and they do play well, we get the win anyway. If Firpo is fit, then he plays. Yeah, I mean, It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Firpo going forward. Suspensions, injuries, it feels like Firpo of old. Don't want to harp on too much. He's been one of his best players for over 12 months now. He's got the best song we're seeing currently as a fan base. I've sort of lost my confidence in him a little bit, which is a bit, maybe that's just because I'm such a big Sam Byron fan and he never lets you down. But ultimately, if we can get Firpo back to some sort of level that he was showing at times last season, then we've got best left back in league, haven't we? And Leeds be fourth, not go up. Leeds fans be like, we got 90 points, so we have to keep fucking. Yeah, well, I won't be this time, mate. I was last time, I won't be this time. Hey up SJ, are some of the Leeds fans mad wanting to sack your manager? You'll go up automatically. We've had 5 draws on the trot, so blips happens. Hopefully we can get something against Burnley anyway. Yeah, mate, it's crazy. It's crazy that people want him sacked. They're always going to be there. And you know what I always say, SJ, one day they'll be right, won't they? One day they'll be right. But you sack your manager when you're struggling. You know, we've seen, look at Birmingham last year. They were 5th. I know it wasn't top, it wasn't Leeds United, but they were 5th. Punching way above the weight. They sacked the manager, they got relegated. Like, that's a fall and a half, that. They dropped like 18 positions or something from a manager change. You can't risk it. You literally can't risk it. Go 4-4-2. Well, he could do. He could try some new formation. He could play around with it. It's a great opportunity to do that. But he'll also feel pressured in this game, because if we go and lose this or get a draw, you know, it really ramps up then, doesn't it? So it's going to feel pressure in this game. You know, it's gone from being a pressure-free game for me to being all eyes on Leeds United. It's on BBC. We'll have all nation watching us, all thinking this has all the makings of an upset. Let's all laugh at Leeds again. You know, it's one of them. So Schmidt needs to play against Harrogate, rest Byram. Mate, if Schmidt don't play against Byram, I'm not even talking about him on my channel. I keep saying that, Sean. If he don't play it on that, I'm just not doing it, mate. I'm not talking about him, because for me at that point, he's not a Leeds player. Feels mad as I have to pass Harrogate Stadium to get to Ellen Road on Saturday. Yeah, Stephen. Danny's put the link in for Sean at Wilco Whites. Will you please, everyone in my chat now, there's 23 people in my chat, yeah? Can you all just even click on it now, go away, then come back, or just at the end of the stream, click on it, you know, copy and paste it, save it, do whatever. Can you please go over to Wilco Whites and subscribe there? It means a lot to us, man. He's such a good guy. Please go over there. Matty, if Schmidt don't play against Harrogate, we need a code name for him. If we can't mention, yeah, shh, him. Yeah, we do, mate. Yeah, I love that. I love Andy. Andy Rose, Swiss cheeses. Yeah, shh, cheese. I'll be like, where? Fat lad. Nice. Not too much. I don't want Solomon getting a bad injury. And DJ's like, yeah, I know, mate. I know. There's always a risk of injury, obviously, but we have got, you know, we've been playing 3 and 4 days a week, haven't we? We've got, you know, a week off now and then a week off after that. So for me, you can't change it too much. We saw what that back line were like, Danny, with 2 changes, and those 2 changes were Vober and Ampadu. Decent players who on the day are quality. And changing 50% of that back 4, look what it did. We were wide open. So you can't change 50% of your outfield lineup for me, Danny. Sounds crazy. Yeah, Sean said same as you, Danny. Like I say, splits opinions, that's fine. A few games ago, mate, I were all for playing your crews and playing it. I'm not no more. He needs to go semi-full strength, really. Semi-strength, semi-full strength, semi-strength. Sean Healy, you would make a good double act. Do you write your own lines? Andy Roy got a new joke book for Xmas. I love his little spontaneous lives. I'm sure you do, because you're always here watching. Andy Rowe. I'm judging the day some dude does a complaint video on long format. Please smash a like and subscribe. Yeah, please. Somehow I've got to 20 odd off 700. I genuinely don't understand how it happens. Yeah, I love you all. It's been unreal. Since I think I hit 400 subs, guys, on the 10th of December. We're now on the 5th of January, so not even a month. In 3.5 weeks, I've almost got 300 subs. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. I don't know why it's happening, but you know, brilliant. Keep it coming. Thanks so much. And I'll always try and share my journey as well with Sean from Wilco's Whites. As I say, get over there. And these guys here, Only Leeds Bros, go check out the final pint if you haven't already. Watch it later on. We did it. I came straight off there, onto here. So yeah, always about giving people around me the same opportunity. We're all trying to do it together. And there's Danny Rumsey's YouTube channel. Go and subscribe over there. He's got some sort of video coming out for the January window, aren't you, Danny? So that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Sean, welcome, White. Thanks, mate. Welcome, mate. I hope it works. I hope, a lot of times some people don't want to keep adding and adding to the watch list. I got to that point, having so much content to watch, but just stick a subscribe on Wilco's Whites over there, and there'll be a time where you're twiddling your thumbs and you want some more content, and you'll thank me for this moment. Richard Hogan, Darlow, Schmidt, Debayo, Ampadu, Firpo, Gilavogi, Rothwell, Tanaka, Ramazani, Nonwood. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't want to see Bamford up there. I'd rather Pido play. But that's just me. A bit of an additive on him there, I suppose. But that ain't too bad. Like I don't want to see Debayo, if I'm honest. But looking at that, there ain't too much change. I like that. That looks like a stronger side, does that, Richard, than what Danny put out for me. I really want to see Nono and Ramazani playing at some form. I really do. Looking forward to yours, Danny. Yeah, me too. Danny Green, hope you're well, my mate. Never thought we'd romp the league. If any team wins a championship, it's only the last handful of games where I said appears to romp the league. Yeah, a bit like us when we did, didn't we? We're always fairly, and then we went on a run towards the end, didn't we? And racked up some points and pulled away a little bit. But it's usually nip and tuck throughout the season, isn't it? I mean, even Leicester were romping the league, but they still got drawn back into it. So yeah, I get that. It's a difficult division, Leeds have always struggled with the easier games. It's always been a worry, the away easier games. So like last season, QPR, your Stokes, your Prestons, we have so many. So you look at the quality, and you look down that table. I looked on the fourth and a 9-point gap to Middlesbrough. We were only worried about a month or so ago, thinking they were on a good run. You look and you go 9 points from fifth to fourth, and after that, it's just a free fall down league. It's very poor standard. But still, on the day, if you don't turn up, the physicality of the league's right up there. The quality might not be, but the physicality is right up there. So that's why you've got to be on it. And sometimes Leeds aren't on it for that. Sometimes that physicality battle, we're not on it. And that's why we can find ourselves coming stuck, Sean Ely, your class, that's why Matty always fun and level-headed. Thanks, Sean, mate. Thanks, pal. Love that. Richard Hogan, 300 extra subscribers. He's all down to Brendan Aronson. Oh, I love that. Class. Cheers, Brendan. That's mint. Oh, I love it. Rating both transfer windows, Danny. That's what Danny's got coming up on his channel. So yeah, get over and subscribe to Danny. Can't wait for that. Have a good game. Chance to allow some squad players a chance. Don't go fully weakened team, but allows. Yeah, I'm all for that. I don't mind maybe three or four. When I say 3 or 4, I mean like Schmidt don't really play, but he's on fringe. Gilavogi don't massively play minutes, but he's on fringe. That'd be 2. Darlow would be a 3rd. Outside that, I'm not too sure, because then I just think rotate your wingers. Let one of your DMs have a rest, play the other 2. Hopefully, Strout's back. Maybe 3. I'd be happy with 3 or 4. But you go any more than that, I think you're really asking for trouble. But yeah, I agree with that, Danny. I hope Matt's still going. Chris Gillett. Yeah, mate, I'm still going, mate. I'm still going. Oh, sorry, Chris Gillett. No, it's all right. Hey, hello, Daddy. Oh, son, you're back. I'm still here waffling. I've got work. I'm up for work in 6.5 hours, but honestly, my brain just sometimes can't switch off. Andy Rowe, there's not much in standard between Leeds and content creators. Why can some make it pay and others do it for the love of supporting Leeds? Don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't really like commenting on the money side or the professionals and stuff, because they're just brilliant at it, and I don't know if I'm saying all that I shouldn't say. I don't really know, but I suppose people at the top of the game have done it longest, probably got out there when COVID were happening and got out there first, so they lead the market, and fair play to them. That they're great at what they're doing. They're the ones that have inspired and paved the way for us, us a little bit further behind, to do something similar. And you as, people, me, same, we watch you, we enjoy watching. So I take great pride in the fact that I get good numbers now, because genuinely, like, what I talk about is obviously how I feel and how I like. And I would watch myself based on, I do feel like I'm a good person. I'm level-headed. I aren't the greatest when it comes to tactics and stuff and talking about football in general. But, I'm massive on mental health. I'm the mentality of the game. The way I think can sometimes be a little bit strange. So I would expect a lot more comments bad comments to what I get, because I don't get many. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy what I do. And I think if you like the person, you'll come and watch him regardless. Because let's be fair, we're all talking about the same stuff. we're all talking about the same stuff. We're all talking about Melia Clanger on this video. Next week, we'll all be talking about the game against Tanaka. Whatever happens, there's only so many ways you can word something, But I tell you what I don't do. I watch all these content creators. Like, it's gone down a little bit now because I haven't got as much time doing this, but I always watch every Joe show, watch them all. And I watch every one of the Leeds bros. I watch every Wilco's Whites. Sometimes one Leeds with Connor. If I've got time, I'll always watch him. Now and again, I used to watch him religiously. First one I watched him and Joe, but not as much anymore. I'll always try and catch up with Evie. Always try and catch up with Joe, but I don't get every single streaming. With Joe, I like his little videos. I like how Joe on the morning composes all the news into a little segment, so it's right easy for my brain to digest in a quick little short spell. So I do watch a lot. But yeah, I mean, whether you're a pro or whether you're not getting paid, and I don't ever intend on getting paid, I don't think it'll ever happen for me. I'm not really bothered. This is all about my mental health, my mental well-being. It's hard to juggle because, when I'm doing this, I've got a wife laid in bed, I've got kids upstairs. It does take away from that. So sometimes, you might look at it and think you need a bit of reward for it. But my reward currently right now is seeing these numbers on screen come up and your comments come through and tell me I'm doing something right. And I fucking love it. Danny, probably be hard to rate the current transfer window, in fairness. Yeah. Chris Gillett. It might be Gillet. I'm crap with pronunciation, as you know. I just want the mess situation to be resolved. Farker needs to have the balls to make so. Yeah, he does, mate. He really does. He needs to have the balls to do it now. I always feel like whenever he's had a tough decision to make, there's always been an injury to counteract that decision. Whenever he's had 3 plays into 2, how's he going to injury? Sound. Like, we're sort of seeing that again now. He's had, a week or 2 of, Rothwell, Tanaka, Ampadu, no, Strout's injured. Right, there we go. Get away with another game there. He needs to make some big calls. Needs to, and this is a massive call. But for me, it's a worse call, obviously. If he brings Darlow in and Darlow fucks up, Farker can't do no more with that. At least he's changed it. But if he keeps Melly in and he fucks up, then it's on Farker. If Darlow comes in and messes up, Farker can only play who's there currently. It's not down to him to sign a play. He hasn't got the money for that. You know what I mean? It's not down to him. But if he keeps Melly in and he makes another howler, then that is on Farker. Richard, it'll be easy as I don't think we're getting on this window, so I'll be rating nothing. Quality. Sean, Wilco's Whites don't need to rest too many players for Gallagher. We don't play Sheffield Wednesday until the Sunday after. Exactly, mate. Got 8 days off after. So for me, there needs to be a mixture, a very clever mixture, 3 or 4, and then leave a lot of them players to try and show fans some after last Cup 2 performances. Foster MOT, Jack, my eldest son. The one game I've really seen Darlow play was a 0-3 against Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup. Even then he played better than Melia has recently. Mate, you know what it is? You know what it is with Darlow? I feel like he's getting slated a lot without no substance to really say. Like I say, he's only played in cup games. I think he played against Shrewsbury as well last year. Son conceded against Shrewsbury a couple of goals, I think, and he got pelters for that. But that were Melia maybe weren't up against it like he's currently, and it was easy to say, get him out and put Melia back. Shit is Darlow. But right now we're saying it about Melia, so you've got to give Darlow a chance. I haven't seen much from Darlow to say shit, to be fair. And in his career, he's played Premier League football for Newcastle. He's won this division with Newcastle. He's played in this division for Hull only 2 seasons ago and was one of their better players that season, so he can do it. And for me, he'll have to do bare minimum in goal. We're not asking for wonderful saves and world-class saves because we don't get that from Melia. I'm just asking him to not make a howler. Go in between sticks and just don't concede a howler for the rest of the season. Do basics right and we'll be fine. David Parsons, up you right, mate. I love this club so much. Yeah. Richard Hogan, Squareball did a video about how they got started, etc. Probably worth a look, Matt. Yeah, I'll have a look at that, mate. I'll have a look at that. Chris Shelley, he will play Mez in the Cup. I don't think he will, mate. I don't think he will. I don't watch many of these creators, just them all. You do, mate. You do. I love you for it as well. It's class. Wilco's Whites, we talk from the heart, mate. Yeah, we do, mate. We do. Joe Blackburn too. Yeah, he's a good lad. That's all we can do, mate. Just to speak us truth, innit? Chris says, hope not, Danny. The focus needs to be taken off him now before he gets toxic with him. We all know the next time he catches the ball, a good portion of the crowd will cheer. It's not going to. Yeah, exactly. It won't surprise me if his own fans started singing, "Hey, you shit bastard!" Well, he does a goal kick as his own keeper. But what good comes out of him playing against Tanaka? I don't see what good comes from him playing in that game. If he has a world class game, which he won't have anyway, but if he did, oh wow, Harrogate in Cup. If he plays poorly, you're just making it worse for lad. So for me, you take him out of firing line in this game. He doesn't need to be anywhere near the squad in this game. He doesn't. we're all tipping Darlow, you know. What about Cairns? What about Cairns? You know, I don't know. It'd be nice to see one of them, and then we'll make a decision. We are just normal fans like all yous. Yeah, of course we are. Exactly. We just fancy giving it a go, didn't we? Honestly, I thought I'd do it for a couple of weeks. No one would be interested. I'd get some bad comments. I thought I'd take it my heart, and I thought I'd bottle it. I thought it'd be a bit of a bottle job, and I'd cry myself to sleep and close channel down. But that's not happened. I've grown in confidence. I did a little montage clip of my YouTube journey so far, didn't I? I don't know if you've seen it. Go check it out. I did it. I think New Year's Day or day after that, when I started channel, and I went on Joe's fan phoning show, and I was on there, and I looked dead nervous. I was sat in the living room, and yeah, I feel like when I look back at that, you know, I give myself a little bit of credit, which I'm shit at doing. I don't like giving myself credit at all, but yeah, I've definitely come on. Definitely, I'm a lot happier, you know, a lot more confident than what I was. You get nervous, you see, thinking you can't say certain stuff because you don't want to lose people. But then after so many streams, you realise you can't please everyone, and you've just got to speak your own truth. You know, speak your own mind. People won't agree, people will agree, but that's what it's all about. You know, if I try and bend to every single person in chat, I'm going to trip myself apart, and I'm going to look false, and you're going to see straight through it. Say my own truth, whether you think I'm talking shit or not. You either watch or you don't. That's how it's got to be on it, really, with this. I'm still annoyed we can't enjoy Tanaka's goal. Yeah, mate, I know. Honestly, it's such a travesty, that, because what a goal it was. But as long as people like yourself could keep mentioning it, that it's there, in it. But fantastic goal. And you know what I want to see now? I want to see him do it more. I want to see him do it more, Chris. We saw Gruev can ping a free kick like we've not seen in years. We saw it once that season. You know, I want to see Tanaka do this more often. We know it's in locker. He probably won't hit a sweeter one than that the rest of the season, no. But I want to see him have a go. I think Rothwell's got that in locker too. Danny Green, Nonto, Gilly, Firpo, Large, Joseph, and Pascal start against Arrogance, subject to fitness. Yeah, I agree with all them. Mate. 100%. Chris, I think he will play him to try and get his confidence back. No, I can't see him playing Mesmer. I just don't. He letting all the penalties at Salford as well, might. Yeah, but penalties are penalties, aren't there? Yeah, I ain't going to slate someone for, you know, not saving penalties. I can't. But yeah, I know he didn't look good. But Mez don't either, does he? Mez don't ever look like saving a penalty. But yeah, I remember him not looking good, like he was going to save any before. Darlow's only played me before against for us. He needs a run. Yeah, that's it, mate. To build his game time up. Like whenever he's played a game for us, he's never played 2 or 3 in a row, has he? I don't think. I don't think he has. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe he has. If there's been an injury at Mez, I can't recall him playing a chunk of minutes, Chris. I feel like those games have been chopped up on the Odd Cup game, spread over the last 18 months. So I might be wrong with that. Matty, how tall are you, mate? I'm guessing 6'2". Yeah, I'm a little bit tall. I'm 6'2.5". Yeah, I'm a big lad, 6'2.5" and 18 stone. 18 stone of pure shite. Yeah, I've always been a big lad. Always been like one of the tallest in class. Always been chubby. I mean, if I were 5'9", mate, I'd be about 30 stone, which thank God thank God I've got a little bit of height on me. But yeah, I am a big lad, to be fair, mate. But I'm a gentle giant. I'm absolutely soft. I think I've had one fight in my life, and it was my little brother, and I think I still lost that as well. So yeah, I am a big soft shite. Do you ever think, while Ellen Road, there will be a Leeds fan who would have the potential to play for Leeds, but will never get the opportunity? Some are just keen amateurs. Do you ever think at Ellen Road there will be a Leeds fan who will have the potential to play for Leeds, but will never get an opportunity? Yeah, 100%. You mean there might be a fan sat there who's got the potential to play for them in years to come out of and never gets an opportunity? Yeah, too right. You know what it is? Obviously, I don't profess to. I was a really good five-a-side footballer. I say this a lot. I am the best footballer in Leeds, over 18 stone, maybe 19. Now it has been Christmas, maybe. But I never played, obviously, at a high level. Really good five-a-side player, to be fair, foot size of me. I know how to play football. Played it all my life, even in school. Played for a pub side, 11-a-side many years. But I think we all know growing up, though, with some footballers who are brilliant and never make it for drinking, smoking, doing drugs, or go that wrong way or whatever. But we all know someone who were like, as if they didn't make it, they have wrong attitude and stuff. 100%, there might be a few hundred sat in that stadium who were good enough to play. But it all comes down to opportunity, timing. You know, everything's got to be right. We've seen some great players from our academy not make it because there's a player in that position that stunts a growth and they've got to move on. I mean, 3 years ago, mate, I said Joffrey will play for England. That looked wild. That makes me, I might as well close my YouTube channel down. How ridiculous is that? I once said Joffrey will play for England. He don't look nowhere near it now. And that's not even down to him not getting games. I just don't feel like that's his level anymore, which is sad. But yeah, 100%, mate. There'll be some kids sat there who might go on to better things than Leeds United. Who knows? But they might never got the opportunity, mate. 100%. Marcus Darlow has played for Wales in recent. Yeah, he hasn't. He's been one of the better players, mate. He's played really well for Wales, and Wales are a brilliant nation in terms of football quality, but still. Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, I'm just over 6'2", just over. So yeah, 6'2", we'll go with that. Richard Hogan, it's kind of standard to rotate keeper. What I'll say on that, right? Just a little bit of knowledge about me is I'm 6'2.5". My older brother's 6'3". My little brother's 6'1". And my real dad, because I've got two. I've got a stepdad who raised me for a big chunk of my life, and I've got my real dad. He's 6'6", and he trained to become a gladiator in the 90s for the TV show Gladiators. When Wolfie and all those other ones, like he went to the opening trials to become an actual gladiator, not a contestant. And he was a bodybuilder. He was massive bodybuilder, my real dad in the 90s. And the reason he didn't become an actual gladiator is because the only thing he couldn't do, he couldn't climb the rope. He had muscle mass, whatever. He just physically didn't have he couldn't get himself up a rope. So he missed out, but quite a little good story there. But yeah, my real dad's like 6'6". He's a big guy. But he's got a full beard and lot, and right answer. He's right good looking too. I feel a twat next to my real dad. But yeah, love that video, Matty. Which video was that, Danny? I'm lost with that. Remind me what video that was, pal. Wilco White, he's massive, Adam. Adam is 4'7", sat on a booster seat. Yeah, I've got loads of booster seats, mate. I've got that many kids. Matt, you are very good at this, mate. Would you have guests on? Would love to have a go. Yeah, 100%. Adam, I've done a couple of subscriber shows where I've got like 3 or 4 people on. I've done it once where I've had them on for 5 or 10 minutes and then moved it around. But ultimately, I don't get loads of people wanting to come on. But normally Danny will come on. I have 3 or 4, and I have said. I might even do it this week, you know, if it being a bit of a break from midweek games. Adam's a keep a lookout. Obviously, if you've got your notification bell on, I will ping it out. I said I'd do it in the next couple of weeks. So there will be some probably this week coming where I do a subscriber show where if you subscribe to me and you watch me, I'll put the link in chat and come on, mate, 100%. So keep your lookout for that. I've done it before, Adam. I'll do it again, mate, yeah. Is it true Spurs are after Tanaka? I haven't heard that, mate, but who knows? Spurs are linked with everyone because of shite a minute. I'm 6 foot tall and 6 foot wide. So love that, Danny. Darlow had a regular run opportunity when Millier got sent off against Preston last season. That's the one I thought he did. Got injured and ended up with Klassen and goal. Yep, I knew there was. As I was saying that, but I'm sure Klassen fits in here somewhere. Yeah, you're right with that. Andy wrote, Matty, you're going to lay on your own sword where Farkas concerned. Lol. I am, pal. I am. Andy, definitely. There's plenty of talented lads who will never commit to pro. Yeah, the pro level discipline, 100% course there is. I know quite a few from my days. Danny says, I played in goal for Sunday League team for 15 years and right winger for Saturday League. Well, you were a goalie and a winger? Wow. It's class, that. There's hope for Melier yet. Maybe he's just in wrong position. Maybe Melier just needs to move from goal to winger. Joffrey still has time to make it, but sadly he won't get a chance at Leeds now. Nah, Chris, and it is sad. It is sad. Wilco White, I'm looking at doing something with subscribers. If you're interested, Adam, or anyone, there you go. Get over to his... subscribe to Sean at Wilco White's. So I'll definitely be doing something 100% this week. Sean's messaged me about going on there and doing something similar as well. So yeah, like I say, hit him a sub, give him a message on Instagram, and there you go. You might have a couple of shows you can feature on there, Adam, my mate, plus others. Wilco White, I'm up for it. Danny, yeah, man. The video when you started your channel. Oh yeah. No, I was really happy with it. Looking back at my little montage, mate. Yeah, it was a strange one, seeing where I started. I mean, you got to think I only started 27th of September. I think I put my first video out there, 27th of September. I'm close to 700 subs already. It's actually quite remarkable, to be fair. I had a good start with Joe helping me out. I haven't been on his show much in the last 3 weeks. I don't think it's been, but in that 3 weeks, I haven't been on many other channels. This channel's just soared. It's been crazy. I joined for the chinwag about Leeds, but don't have any kind of sell. Yeah, you don't need to though, Chris. When I would go in on the final word for Joe in front of 1,000 people live, and I would do it off my phone, sat resting on a book and a DVD. That's what I was doing for first 3 final words with Joe. I had a DVD in a book and my phone propped up on a bar stool, sat in corner in my living room. Don't need full setup, you know, not unless you're going to have your own channel. I don't really see point in investing unless you're going to have your own channel, but to pop on and have a chinwag, you know, once every couple of weeks or whenever someone puts them out there, do it, mate, do it. Matty, you're from a rugby background. Did you enjoy playing rugby? What position did you play? Junior league? I played league and I was a standoff, which is ridiculous for the size of me, but I've always been really nimble and it sounds like honestly, I don't big myself up in any way at all. Like I like to have a bit of a sing song. I like to do this. I'm not really brilliant at anything. I've always just been sort of good at a lot of things. What's that? Jack of all trades. I'm like a master in none or something. But yeah, I was a decent rugby player. You know what my thing is? Like I said earlier, big, soft shite. I am. So I remember going rugby training for Stanley. I used to. So background with me, I used to play rugby for junior rhinos, which isn't as good as it sounds. It used to be like if your mum were a member at Leeds Rhinos, they used to put like training on a Saturday, and it was for all ages. So I'd be like handing off like a 4-year-old mate, and I was like 16, 18 stone, jogging along, it was funny. And then I used to play at half time, but I'd never play because I always look an idiot because it's literally just from like 6-year-olds up to like 15, 16-year-olds, and you'd all just like play together and have players come down as well and train. That's when I met my wife when I was 13. She was my first love there, and I met her. She used to play rugby. I last went on and played for England, rugby for England, university level. In GB Barla. She also coached her uni side. So our lassies used to play rugby. I used to remember trying to tackle her, thinking, oh, I don't know where, try to tackle her when I was younger. Couldn't keep up. She was a winger. I was obviously just a big lump with a mushroom haircut and a fat belly. But not much has changed really. But yeah, from a rugby background, I played there, and then while I was playing there, someone said, "Who do you play for?" Because I stood out at this junior rhinos. And I said I didn't play for anyone. I just did it for fun. So they got me in touch with someone at Stanley, and I went to Stanley and I did one training session. They said I was really good, so they put me up at a higher age group. I went up another year, and I did 2 training sessions, and someone like didn't like me. And yeah, really stuck it on me in training, made me feel unwelcome, and it turned out it was a position I was vying for. It was his position, and yeah, I never went back. I went home crying one night. I think I was about 14-year-old. I went home crying, and I never went back. I bottled it, absolutely bottled it. So it's a bit of a regret of mine because I never actually played rugby for an actual side. I played for school, and I was sound. I won better players at school, and at junior rhinos I stood out, but I won at older ones, so you're always Gunna. But yeah, football and rugby, I never really got pushed by my parents to really go play, apart from that junior rhinos, which was a bit of fun. And because my mum worked for rhinos at the time, it was just easy to drop me off there to play. But yeah, it's a bit of a sickener for me because I could have maybe done some at both sports, but I never really had that anyone channeling it. I didn't really have that drive myself. So yeah, I say wasted talent. I wasn't that good, but yeah, you never know, do you? I never really give it a go. So a bit going real looking back. And my lad now, our Theo, one at Twins, he plays football, he plays rugby, and he's wanting to go to karate or boxing. So you just got to let him do it, haven't you? And my oldest son, Jack, he used to play for Stanley as well, football. So it's one of them where you just got to let him do it. And I didn't have opportunity, unfortunately. Flip, Mez and Bamford, worth a look. Not even 6 months on YouTube. No, mate. And I've heard, I think Jay might have said, or I've had a few people higher up sort of touch with me and say, don't focus too much on numbers. If you go chasing numbers, it's not the way to do it. You'll never be happy if you're chasing numbers, and I agree with that. It's nice to see him go up. I check once a day if it's gone up or not towards the end of the day. Sometimes Danny and chat will message me and say you're doing really well, but it's not something I fixate on. But it's definitely a barometer if you liked and if you're doing well. So it's got to have some relevance. But like I say, Joe once told me off air, if you're around the 1,000 subscribers mark at 12-month mark, you're doing brilliant. They were his words. So don't stress about it. If you get to 1,000 in 12 months, you're right where you want to be. So I assume that's where you're jerseying that word at one point, and that's a barometer. 12 months, 1,000 subscribers, and I'm nearly at 700 in 14 weeks. So yeah, it's actually mind blowing. I've never done anything really in my life. I've never really succeeded in anything. So this is it's very humbling. Very humbling. I'll say that out loud. I once did a mental health walk. If you've seen me talk about it before, you might have done, you might not. I once did a mental health walk for Andy's Man Club, and I was really down in dumps, and I had suicidal thoughts. I didn't want to be alive anymore. I was really down. A couple of years ago now, when it was 2 years ago in November, I did a charity walk for Andy's Man Club. My missus did it with me, my brother-in-law did it with me, and then loads of strangers. I raised it. Well, my group raised £1,000. And it totally brought me out my shell. I did that walk, managed it. It took me 17 hours, did no training for it. Massive lad like me. Honestly, I barely ate on weight because I was feeling sick. I've never put my body through stress and that level of intensity, and I did it, and I was so proud. It's probably the only time I've ever pushed my body to a limit and actually done something. You know, when I'm one of those, I'm saying not a doer, and that's probably the only thing I've ever been proud of outside my family and my kids and all that. But yeah, this is probably the proudest thing I've ever done. You know, I feel like it's going well. I'm going to stick it. I'm going to see how far it goes, and yeah, I'm ready for it. I started my channel August last year. Only 110 subs. Yeah, but you don't push it like we do you, Danny? So it's one of them where, you know, we're on it all the time. You know, maybe you just need to get more content out there, get more regular. I've noticed a massive upturn these last few weeks with being off work. You know, there's probably no coincidence there that I've been off work for the last 2 weeks as well. So I've been pushing it a bit more. I've been enjoying it, been able to dedicate a bit more time to it. That might suffer a bit going back to work, but I'm at work tomorrow when I'm still on 8:20 at midnight. So maybe I'm lying with that one. Danny, really sorry, but only subscribe to your channel tonight. Danny played rugby once, ended fighting, was banned for life. Sanderson was there. I love that, Danny. Class mentioned it's all good. I love this. I don't know what this stream's turned into, but you know what I'm like. I'll answer your questions whenever you ask me. Have you ever seen Jack City or Fan Leeds or Alter Ego Angry at Mad Gav? I have, mate. Yeah, I like Jack City, mate. I do. I like his music as well. I probably like his music better than I listen to his music on him more than I watch his Leeds content, to be honest. He's a really good guy, yeah. He's really funny guy. My mate played at Stanley then for the round. Matt Caldwell. Matt Caldwell's mate, yeah. I used to love him, mate. I used to sing his name from the terraces. Do we know the ex-Leeds and Hull for prop? Gareth Carvel, yeah, of course I do, mate. Gareth Carvel, Ewan Dowes. I remember him coming through academy and then making it at Leeds. Yeah, I do, mate. Gareth Carvel, he was a good prop. Didn't stay at Leeds as long as I thought he would. He moved on and, like I say, Hull and a few clubs, to be fair. Yeah, he was a good player, Gareth Carvel. I'm assuming you do. Rugby union, prop, big unit, as opposed to big lump. Mrs. Gillet. My missus tells me I should do something on YouTube because I'm always talking along with all the... Well, that's it, Chris. That was me. What I will say is it's hard to balance, you know. If I'm honest, I'm struggling with the balance, you know. Our lass is really supportive. She's behind me. You'll see her pop up in chat now and again this evening when I start a stream. But it is, you know, you've got to think, while ever I'm doing this, there's someone else somewhere, you know, needing me, wanting me, and I out there, you know, whether it's just cuddling in bed watching TV or doing something with kids. Usually, as you know, I stream late. I've got a stepdaughter who's 13, but twin boys who live with me. I also got a daughter and a son. So a previous relationship who I don't live with, but my boys who are here, one of them's got autism. They're loud. It's like a zoo. I can't stream just willy nilly. I've got to wait till they're in bed, or it'd be carnage on here. So you know, it's one of them where there is a lot of time dedicated to this, and you know, it is difficult, but yeah, trying to find that balance can be hard. So just bear that in mind. But if you're talking about all time anyway, Chris, just get out there and do it. And whether you end up with 100 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers, if you're doing it for the right reasons, like me, if you're doing it just because you enjoy it, it doesn't matter what your success is, does it? As long as somebody wants to get out there, you know. I always said to me, if I can go on live and there's 10 people in chat, that'll keep chat flowing. I'll be happy at that. And now I'm at the point now there's 20. It's been 20 odd in here tonight. At this is a stream that I've just jumped on. I'm averaging now into 30s, 40s, and 50s on my lives. It is unbelievable. So yeah, give it a go if you fancy it, mate. Don't regret anything in life. Just give it a go. Played a bit of rugby union in school myself. Didn't keep it going though. Yeah, Richard. Adam Bollocks, you've never succeeded in anything, mate. I don't know you, but I know you'll have lots. You succeeded in your honestly, it's quality, mate, but don't put yourself down. Be as kind to yourself. Cheers, Adam, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah. I think what it is I think I'm one of them who puts myself down first so nobody else can. You know what I mean? Bit like Eminem on 8 Mile. I think I've always been like that, and it does our lass's head in. But yeah, I'm all for bigging other people up, and I tend not to do it to myself. But yeah, thanks for that, buddy. Do you prefer lives or pre-record? Andy, pre-records, I started them. I was doing them all the time to start with. Hate them. If you mess up on a pre-record, you feel like you've got to delete it. But even if you just miss a word, like now, if I miss it, but no one cares. You just keep talking. I prefer lives, no editing. It's just raw as well. You know, I'm always nervous doing lives, thinking, what happens if I ain't got no from chat? What happens if I mess up? It's there for everyone to see. But what am I going to say? You know, I ain't no bad. I'm a nice guy. I ain't going to say no too controversial. You know, so no lives 100%. You click end stream and it just gets uploaded. No editing. It's just raw, speaking from heart, which is what I'm all about. Pre-record. I don't want to sit there and overthink it. So yeah, and I love the interaction with you guys as well. Absolutely love it. To be fair, I can't deny that. Like it makes doing the live, since I've turned to lives, it's made my YouTube experience much more better. Like now I'm getting relationships with you. You know what I mean? You pop up all the time, Andy. I've got Danny. Obviously, I'm making friendships on here. You know, you're not just subscribers. You're my friends. You come in here, and unless you're giving me hate and been a knobber, then I'd block you, which I don't ever see happening yet. It will at some point, but I haven't had it yet, really. But like you're my friends now. You know, I've got someone to talk to Leeds about. You message me, and it's mint. I love it. Wilco White's glad you have come through the dark times. LUFC forever. Yeah, too right, mate. So you see me, I'm like a ball of energy. I'm always smiling. I'm always loving. Like when I've met you, Sean, it's going to Leeds games. You've seen what I'm like. I'm a really positive person, but trust me, I've had my moments, mate. I really have. Even Elizabeth, you're watching. She won't be watching now, but she's tucked in bed. If she pops up now saying anything about Matty, come to bed. Then it talks about Matty Foster. You have to get your stepdaughter reading more players' names. Like, yeah, I'm gonna. If anyone's seen me, I've got a TikTok account. Trust me, I aren't into social media at all. But the TikTok's actually quite good to promote on here. But obviously here it's sitting down, discussing game, trying to be not trying. It's more of a professional setting. You've just got an idiot on microphone. But sorry for saying that again, mate. But yeah, putting myself down. But no, just all fun. But like on my TikTok, I try and be humorous. It's just I want to look a bit of a goofball. You know, I want to show my personality. So anything that pops in my head, like I say, go check it out. If you've got a TikTok, check me out. Imagine not believing I've just got over 1,000 followers on there, which is crazy. And I've got this little thing at the minute where I'm getting writing down obscure footballers' names and getting my stepdaughter read them out. She read out the full current squad list of Leeds United. You want to try and hear her pronounce some names, you know, for our players. Hilarious. Willie Ganonto. What else were there, Danny? There were some belters in there. There were some belters. You want to get up and have a look. Matty, I had to come off my channel with our lasses illness. Yeah, that's fair, mate. Yeah, you've had a lot on with your last and your hospital visits and stuff. Yeah, I understand that, pal. Hopefully, you'll be able to get back on it, mate. But yeah, totally understandable. Rename these shows as Leeds Night Owls. Have you ever had contact with Whitesnake Bites? He lives in New Zealand, originally from Leeds. He has early memories of the 72 Cup final. I've seen his channel. I've watched, I think, one of his videos. Yeah, I know what you mean. Older guy in New Zealand. Most of the videos, I think he's got the away jersey on, sat in his kitchen talking. I know what you mean. I watched one of his scenes, but no, you know what it is? I don't want to go too far with too many people because I've already got quite a big, you know, contacts list now, and you know, with a lot of people. So it's where do you draw a line? But I'm all for if anyone ever messages me, I'm always for, you know, if they want to do something, I are against it. I do think going forward, though, at minute, I'm not massively bothered about going on other people's channels personally. Like at one point, I was going to say yeah, everything. I've had to turn a few down recently. You know, when I get asked to go on over, because you get asked quite a lot. You get asked maybe once or twice a week to jump on other people's channels, and you don't always get much out of them. You know, it depends on setting. I really just enjoy dedicating my time to my channel now. And obviously the final pint with the Owner Leeds Bros, that's like my baby, that one. The final pint's like my baby. I really think, I know what you guys think of the final pint. I know Dillo were poorly as well tonight, but I think as a free to say, you know, I haven't met them until only a few months ago. I feel like that show, and I'm going to give myself some credit here, I feel like that show could really, you know, as we grow, could end up being one of the best. You know, I really do, and I know it's similar to a lot of other shows like The Final Word, and you know, Connor's got stuff similar. You know, you all have panel shows, but I really think as a free that show's a really good show. And if you haven't watched it before, check out his previous Final Pints. Just three genuine guys who say I'd never met the brothers before, but I have now, and they're lifelong friends. And I'm really proud of that Final Pint. You know, just a little daft idea when we try to come back and forth with a name and how we'll go it in the Final Pint stuck. Darren made the thumbnail. I came up with the idea at name. All of a sudden, we've all put our brains together and come up with something really beautiful, and I love that show. Sorry, what's this, Chris? Mate, I watch everything I can Leeds related on a daily basis. Always wanted to be part of the debate with so many of the lads. Yeah, I can imagine when you've got so much to say, it can be quite difficult just typing it up because you can't elaborate your point, can you? Now, with having my stepdaughter, she's writing to voice notes on phones. And I used to take the piss out of her. What are you doing voice notes for? And honestly, I don't send a text no more now. I voice note everybody. I'm like a kid. I voice note everybody. It's just the way forward. So typing on this is a nightmare for me. Need a proper keeper if we go up kind of this clown overseas. I hope Callum will be well, mate. Like Callum, he's a lad, he pops up, he messages me out, you know, every other day on Facebook Messenger. Lovely guy, Callum, another friend I've made through here. Like I say, I love your channel, mate. It's really good. Thanks, Callum. Much appreciated. But yeah, we do need a good goalkeeper, mate, in some. I don't think we'll get one in Jan. I might have to ride the storm for a bit longer, but yeah. Chris says, I think it's what I like most about your content is you're so interactive with us in the chat. Yeah, you know, and you know what really would worry me if it ever got to a point where I couldn't be, I'd be gutted. Because what could I do in that situation? You know, imagine now I've got 80 people in chat, which I'm way off, I'd imagine, but it won't, you know, my last stream got up to 60. What happens if I get 80, 100 in chat? I'd be talking for 3 hours. That worries me. I want, you know, you want to grow. I want to promote. I want people, you know, I always say like and subscribe. If you're in here now and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm pushing 700 subs, which is mental. Please like it. You've got to say this because you want validation for doing something right. But as it grows, you know, like someone like Joe, how's he supposed to read out, you know, 1,000 on a live? And that worries me because this is what I love about it. This is the benefit of being at the start of my journey, that I can take people along with me and we can have these discussions and I can be more personal than others can. It don't mean they don't want to do it, they just can't. And that's how memberships come in then, where they can, you know, if you remember, it narrows that all that noise down to a few and then you can discuss. But you know, it's so difficult, isn't it? You know, I sort of hope I do well and I get better, but I also hope I can always be personal like this. So it's an ardent. We all mean something to someone. Showbiz Awards ain't what it's about. Yeah, exactly, Herbert. Exactly. Nobody will bring the hurt in here. I'm quick-fingered and they'd be gone before. You are quick-fingered, mate, 100%. Yeah, I appreciate that, Danny. And that's why you're a moderator, mate. I know you won't take no shit from me. You know me. I'll probably miss it or it'll go over my head, but as long as someone's keeping an eye out for me, hope we get to meet pal Callum. 100%, mate. Let me know the next home game you go at. Yeah, and we'll meet up before 100%, mate. I'd love that. Being from Ireland, played lots of GAA, mainly hurling. Hoping to get back playing this year if I can. Yeah, Richard, if you want to do it, go do it, mate. Hopefully you can get back to that. Yeah, fair play. 2025, start your journey again. Stick something, you know, write something down, stick something back in your head. I want to go do that and then find a way to go do it. But yeah, too right. Richard Hogan TikTok should be funny. Yeah, it should be, mate. That's what it's all about. Go check mine out. It's yeah. I went viral a couple of days ago. Literally sang the January 3rd, remember the date, sang that song and it went viral. I hashtag Manchester United in there and scum and that. And yeah, I got 30, I think up to nearly 35,000 views. It proper popped off in chat. And that's, you know, probably a major factor why I've had a lot of subs over the last few days as well. Steve, his name is Andy Rowe. Danny, Matty, you're into voice notes as I've experienced. Yeah, that's all I do now, Danny. I love them. If I'm not doing a voice note, but you're still hearing from me, it's because I'm laid next to Alice and she's sleeping or something, so I'll start texting, but it does me in. I'd get Kelly honestly. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. I'd love to jump on Matty. Callum, I'll be doing a subscriber show at some point. Make sure you're about 100%. I will be doing that. I've asked you to come on a few times, to be fair, Callum, and it's just not lined up right. Here we are again. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to get boring with this one. You're going to see this a lot on my channel. Wilco White, Sean, please go subscribe. I want to get Sean to 100 subscribers as quick as possible. He was on 37, I think, earlier when I checked. I checked Sean's numbers more than I checked my own. Please go check Sean out. And like I say, now Danny's a mod, whether he's in the chat or not, his link's going to get put in there, so you're going to get annoyed with him. But it's happening. Your keeper will be kept under wraps before we get to Prem. Richard, 100% agree with you, my mate. Only Leeds bros, you know that where they are now. Get them liked as well and subscribed if you haven't already. Getting off now, guys. Great show, Matty. Thank you, man. I'm not sure it's a great show in terms of Leeds chat. It's more of a bit of a personal note, this one. But like I say, I'm led by chat. When I come on and do things like this, I'm led by chat. I spoke enough already about Melier and the whole game. I'm led by the chat on this one. Danny Rumsey, there you go. Go check Danny's channel out as well. Chris, it's a balance. I guess the more you grow, the channel comes with the new channel. Yeah, exactly. So all I know right now is it's manageable. The moment it don't get manageable, I'll be transparent with you. I'll be honest with you. You know, I can't be how else. If it gets to a point where I'm struggling to pull all the comments out, I'll apologize. I'll say that, but also, you know, if it ends up that way, hopefully you can just understand it's because I'm growing. Like I say, the people at the top of the tree can't pull up every comment because they haven't got enough hours in day to pull up hundreds and hundreds of comments. But wherever I can, you know, I'm there. And you know, my heart's in the right place, and I'll always want to do that because everyone should have a voice in this community. In my community, I know it's a small part of a big community, but I have got a community now. You know, I sometimes go live and there's other people bigger than me live, and I've still got a core group who are there for me. You know, so. You know, my heart's in my place for that one. Andy Rowe, I met Jack City Leeds fan. He knocked on my door. I answered. I did speak for 20 seconds and said, do you do YouTube? He grinned like a Cheshire cat. True story. Class. Class. So I've been noticed twice, me, which has blown my mind. It's a really weird thing. Thank God Maguire didn't score this evening. Yeah, thank God. Matt Moran, big up from Rochester, New York, mate. All Leeds that we are. Thanks, Matt. Love that. Absolute legend. Thanks, pal. You're welcome, Sean. No worries, mate. Always there for you, pal. Need over all in the summer. Yeah, we're gonna need 5, 6, 7 in, mate, for Prem. Richard Hogan, if the channel becomes a full-time job, and it probably changes where it goes. Mate, it's never going to be a full-time job. I've done my job now 20 years. Never going to be full-time. I say I don't know how it goes. I don't even like to talk about it because I don't know how any of it works. When you get to a certain point, do you stick a membership in there? I don't know. People ask me quite a lot. Am I going to do a Patreon? I will definitely want to do a Patreon. I definitely are going to have another segment to that. Memberships I might not rule out. They're there if you want them, they're there if you're not. But I don't like the idea of doing content for a Patreon that people who maybe haven't got the money or don't want to do that, can't watch. I don't like the idea of that, doing more content that only. No, I mean, no, I don't know, mate. I'd never be full time though, mate. I can't take that risk with my family, definitely can't take that risk. It's too much of a saturated market. It's too many people doing it. I think, you had to get in there early. You had to get in there in COVID times, in my opinion, to make it work. And the people have done it are brilliant now on the season pros. And I enjoy watching them. And like I say, I'm a member. I pay my members fee to Joe. I think I've got it over 2 channels as well. So I think I pay him, 2 lots of a five a month. And that's because I want to support him because I love the guy. I love his content. I love him as a person. So I'll always be members like that, I'm a paid member myself, so I understand how that works. It helps his channel, it helps him be able to do it full time, which evidently with Joe, I want him to be doing it full time because I get more of him, so selfishly I'm like, here's your membership money, Joe, just keep going because I don't want you to go back working and only get an odd video out here and there. But I'll never be full time, never. If it gets too big when you can come and explain, it's busy in the chat and you will get as many as possible. Yeah, that is what it is. I'll just be transparent with you. Yeah, I know it is, Steve, but I have said, Steve, in New Zealand, he might have been bamboozled. Yeah. Night Sean, night. Jack is a Liam Cooper doppelganger. I'm not sure about that. You have grown from the nervous guy sat on his channel to growing yourself. Yeah, you know what it is? Honestly, I've always been a really confident person growing up. Like I say, I went through some stuff in my childhood that I'd sort of bottled up for many years, but I've always been like, out in my friendship group, I was always loudest. I had a lot of friends who I brought together into my friendship group who didn't know each other before me. I was always that core person, sorting nights out, sorting birthdays out, the loudest. Like anyone will tell you, I remember once I was working away in Holyhead in Wales when I was younger, about 19. And we were doing some fibre optic cabling down there, which is quite a niche job, specialist job, should I say, especially going back nearly 20 years, it was even more then. And we're in this little mining village, and we got told there's a lot of unemployment there, and a lot of people don't want outsiders coming into it. But really, one of those places you walk in a pub and everyone turns around. And I work in there, and we've been out pulling fibres through fields. We bought sheep rounds. It was class, to be fair. I enjoyed it. Really good crack with lads. And then we go to the pub on a night. As Gaffer would come out for a few, and then he'd go and he'd be like, "You won't be long, lads." I'd be like, "I'm just having one more. We'll be out all night." And like I say, this one night, I got up and I sang on karaoke, and I ended up taking my top off, and I'm stood in a pub in Holyhead with my shirt off, and I'm a big guy singing on karaoke, stood on the bar of this pub, and I've been told by my gaffer to keep a low profile because everybody nobody wants to know about these outsiders from Leeds that have come and took over the pub, who've got all this money. Well, we haven't got loads of money, but we're working and there's no money in that area at that time or something, a lot of unemployment, and we're coming there and earning money, and I'm there with my top off, round my head singing, unbelievable. And we ended up skinny dipping then later on with a couple of ladies. So it's just absolute madness. And then to get to where I was 2 years ago, I'd fallen off a cliff. And then now I feel like I'm getting back to myself. It's so mad. Like after COVID, I fell off a cliff. I'd gone from being this guy who was the loudest in the room to honestly being a shell, not being able to leave my house. Like I couldn't leave my house. I was making excuses for not seeing friends, cancelling everything, whatever got put in front of me. And I had like 18 months for literally like just been in a complete mess. All I could do was just enough to go to work and come home, and then I didn't want to do anything, and I was a shell of a man. Our lass had got with this man who were, she looked at me, gleaming eye, right proud to be with me. Then all of a sudden she's seen me just be a shell of a man, and You know, I've got a part of my channel that is ups and downs. I've got 2 episodes out there. The further down list, I haven't done them for a while. But if you struggle with mental health, go check them out. I did episode 1 a few months back on my own when I tell my story. Episode 2, I had Evie from Discourse of Peacocks, brilliant content creator. So lucky she agreed to come on. She spoke about her battle, physical battle. Her mental battle she's had through her life. You know, she's got diabetes. It's weighed a lot on her mind and her mindset, and it's something I'm going to have going forward. It's something I'm massive on. So yeah, a bit more into me there if you didn't already know. But like I say, life and soul to I don't even know what I was a couple of years ago to getting back there. So I feel like my journey over the last few years has sort of, you've seen that in a small snippet of my YouTube sort of life from where I was. I look back at it over Christmas, like I say, and I was nervous. I didn't look right. I looked edgy, and now I feel like I'm back to that myself, and it's brilliant. And this is giving me this outlet. You guys in chat, you've given me this. You know what I mean? To really grab hold of. And as much as it's hard juggling, I absolutely fucking love it, and I'll never change. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm only one bad day or one bit of news away from slipping again. But you know, you guys help. Our lass is a strong woman. I've got beautiful kids. You know, what is there not to be happy about? I've got a lot more than a lot of people, but sometimes you forget that. But I'm massive on that. And if you're ever struggling and you need to talk, drop me a message. You know, I'll always be there. I'll always try my best to answer your messages. You know, it doesn't have to be about Leeds United. It's Corley, you know, it's not solely about Leeds United. A massive part of it's Leeds, obviously, but there is a section there that I want to dedicate to mental health. I'll have another episode coming out soon. There's a guy called Paul Wilson who's a singer, sings a lot of Leeds parodies and Leeds songs. I'm sure you know him. I've spoken to him recently, and he's going to be coming on at some point to speak about his stuff. I've got Danny in chat. I still haven't got around to. He wants to come on and talk to me about some mental health issues he's had. So I push it. I'm there for it. If you need to talk, I'm fucking always there to listen. You know, Callum says we need channels to do tight community who all love the same. Yeah, too right. So you guys love it like I do, you know what I mean? We're here now at midnight still talking about Leeds and life, man. Fucking too right. I remember the first live, is there room for another Leeds? Yeah, that was me, mate. Is there room for another Leeds content creator? Because I wasn't sure if there were room for me, mate. I won't lie. Some Americans charge $50 for a live music reaction license to bring money. Idiots pay it 3-minute songs. Yeah, not for me. Richard Hogan, turn it into the channel that you want it to be. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's exactly that, mate. I ain't try to copy anybody. I'm doing my own thing. You know, after the game, I want to get on and I want to speak about game. I don't want to be influenced by other people's channels. I don't want to go and watch everyone else's channels. Sometimes with the kids, I can't do a live early. If it's an early kickoff, I've got all day to stew on it. So sometimes I'll watch but I don't want to. I never want my opinion to change, you know, by watching somebody else's content. Sometimes that happens, but I do feel like I'm pretty straightforward in my opinion. I don't feel like it really wavers. I like to think everyone in my chat could have a pint with me. That's how I like to be. Never change the song. Leeds YouTube community is top tier. We don't seem to have any toxic people. Nah, it's mint, mate. It's absolutely class. You got to think I've just been a fan of it for years. That's all I've been a fan, and now look at me like I'm doing it. I'm part of it. I've got Joe on WhatsApp. You know, I've gone from being Joe's number one fan right up there. I say number one fan. I'm sure Danny is, but like feeling like I'm his number one fan to now being a friend. It's crazy. Always pretty fair views, even if you don't agree. The debates we all have is top. Yeah, Chris, exactly. I don't. You know what it is, Chris? I don't want to agree with you. Every time I don't. I want us to have different opinions. I want you to say something and get me thinking, you know. I don't know everything. You don't know everything. That's what it's all about. We take them out. We love the same thing. We will back our team. We don't give a fuck about any other fans or team. Yeah, go on, Callum. Too right. If any toxic people, back off. Danny says, big up Elizabeth for being a strong woman and sticking by your husband when he was going through the things he was. Yeah, too right, mate. He held a lot in for a lot of years. Spoke to her, brought down one day, told her it all, and she's just she sort of carried me ever since. Yeah, she's incredible. Football helps people, mental health, yeah, massively. I say there's fucking loads of people out there. You know what the difference is now? I speak about it. I didn't just speak about it. Honestly, 27 years I kept some elements of my childhood locked away. Nobody, you know, never spoke about them, and it ate me up eventually till one day it just went pop. So, yeah, it's massive. My inbox is always open. I'm a great listener. May not be going through what you are, but I can always try and help. Exactly, man. That's the way people need to be. Always be open. You know, lend an ear. That's all some people need. Matt, I've got a slight regret. Just Joe blocked me. I don't think he could handle my sarcasm. Oh, gutted, Andy. Gutted. Gutted. You are a bit sarcastic at times, mate, but I'm probably too thick to even realise. Sometimes a constructive comment can be construed as criticism. It's a fine margin. Yeah, it can, because you can't see your facial expression. You can't see your generalisation of the point. When it's just typed up, it can come across harsher than it is in reality, Paul. Callum Sharp, without Leeds, I don't know what else I would do. I have the passion gets me through every day. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, an hour and 20 minutes talking, and we haven't really talked about no other than just general life. Well, I'm hoping the 25 people who are currently in here and the people who've come and gone through the stream have enjoyed it. You know me, I like to give me all in here, and it's not just all about football and Leeds. You know, it's sometimes I go off because I'm directed by Chat on My Lives. 90% of the time we go down little alleyways, and I love it. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there anyway. So if you want to get your last few comments in, hopefully saying good night, and then we'll move on. Like I say, I met my niece's daughter today, so I'm buzzing. Really, really nice to meet Paisley. She's nice and healthy. £8.10. It's big for a girl, that, isn't it? I wouldn't want Leeds to be any pure drama. Yeah, exactly. Danny, sometimes people can read into a massive message it's typed, then see if it, yeah, exactly, mate. Adam, big love, mate. Big love. Thanks for tonight, mate. Really appreciate it. You can't express yourself right just typing in chat. An innocent comment can be taken wrong. Of course it can, Chris. Aina, thanks, mate, for watching again as always, mate. You're an absolute legend, always here. Thanks so much. Danny, cheers, Matthew. Hey up, mum. Great stream as always. Thanks so much. Andy, what's snow like near you? All right in Allerton Bywater, mate. It's all right. It's on the floor still, but it seems to have cleared up now. No snow coming. Congratulations on the little one. Yeah, she's doing really well. Thank you. Night, Matty. Set the alarm in the morning. I will do, Richard. Callum Sharp. Next time, Matty, I'll jump on and give my point. Yeah, we'll have a chat, mate. Chris, great chat as always, Matty. Hopefully tomorrow I won't still be in Auditive Mez. Doubtful, though. Yeah, man. Night, Matty. MOT. Right, guys. Thanks so much. If you haven't already, just stick a like on video on your way out, please. And yeah. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Matt Moran, thank you so much. Great chat, mate. Night from over the pond. Yeah, thanks a lot. Take care, everybody. Look after yourself. And yeah, watch those roads tomorrow if it's still a bit ice in there, you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next one. Have a good week. See you later.